guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be talking some trash. And I mean actual, literal trash, not like, trash talking someone. We're pretty positive in these parts. Anyway, I do these videos once a season, and usually by that time this basket is pretty full up, which it's looking at its max capacity right now. So I'm going to be sharing a rapid fire round of a bunch of mini reviews on all these products that I've finished up or are super old and that I'm throwing away. If you're new here to my channel, welcome. My name is Lauren. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to hang out with me and chat about beauty goodness. If you're not subscribed, I hope you will consider clicking the button. And also, if you are already subscribed and you want to make sure you don't miss my videos, because I don't have really like a set upload schedule, you may want to click that little notification bell and you can set your notification preferences to whatever you want, but YouTube will then actually sort of theoretically tell you when my uploads are live. So yeah, my videos are usually super long, and especially these Empties ones, usually we've got a lot to talk about. So without me rambling on any further, let's get into it. So right off the bat, I have 4 boxes in here of press-on nails. Now, I honestly have probably thrown away more boxes than these, and I do still have some half-used boxes in my closet right now, but if this gives you a general idea, I wear these a lot. So these are artificial press-on nails, but they are some of the best fake nails I've ever worn. I am not someone that goes and gets my nails professionally done. I've done it a few times in the past, but honestly, I've been skeeved out by some horror stories. My mom has had to go to urgent care more than once for infections that she got from going to nail salons that she thought were reputable, so just kind of freaked me out a little bit. So I usually do my nails at home, and I find these guys to be the best thing ever if you are impatient like myself and don't like to wait for your nail polish to dry before you can go out into the world and be a functional human again. Basically, each box of these come with 30 different size nails. Some of the different styles have accent nails. I think there may be 12 different sizes of nails and at least 2 of each size, so I find it best to lay them all out in number order, figure out which numbers fit which nails on my hand best, and then they have a little adhesive tab. You just pull it off, stick the nail on your finger, and that's it. You're good to go. They seriously have some of the cutest styles. I honestly get so many compliments on my impressed nails, probably more so than anything else here on my channel. People will ask me if I'm wearing impressed nails, what is my polish? And 95% of the time it's one of these guys. The downside, which I have learned, is that they do discontinue styles fairly often. They're always releasing new ones, which is fun, so you can try out different things, but if you fall in love with a particular style, you may want to stock up and buy a couple of boxes, because you may find when you go to repurchase them that they are gone forever. So now I'm pretty sure these are designed as a one-time use thing. You're supposed to find the nails that suit your fingers the best, and then you get one solid manicure. Usually the nails will stick on for a solid week. If I do lose any, it's usually my pointer finger, for whatever reason on my left hand especially. But I kind of life hack it and definitely get 2 applications out of one of these boxes, because there are 30 nails, so you still have 10 left over even after 2 applications. So usually the second go round, I will just get some rubbing alcohol out of my cabinet with a cotton ball, wipe down my nails to remove any residual oils, because they do give you an alcohol prep pad, but only one of them. So I use that on the first application, and then I just kind of DIY the second one. And then I find the next best fitting set of nails and apply those. Honestly, it's because I'm cheap and I like to get the most bang for my buck, so I sort of figure why should I throw 20 nails away if I can still get a second use out of the box? So that is honestly also probably why there are only 4 boxes and not 12 boxes of nails. I am usually getting 2 uses out of each of these. So these 4 boxes right here were 8 weeks worth of nails, and I also know that I have some half-use boxes, like I mentioned before. sitting in my closet. All right, well, now that I've spent 1,000 years talking about fake nails, let's move on to something else. I've got a bunch of hair care products that I finished up, so I think I'll move on to that next. This actually makes me kind of sad because I'm pretty sure these have been discontinued, and I love this shampoo and conditioner. They are the Pacifica Super Kale. This is designed for all hair types, but especially fine, oily, or color treated. My hair is not color treated, but it is fine and oily, and I absolutely loved these guys. I have repurchased these more than once in the past, but the last couple of times that I looked them up on the Ulta website or the Pacifica website, they were nowhere to be found, so that only leads me to believe they don't make these anymore. Now, even though these say kale, they actually smelled like super fresh and minty. It was really invigorating, but not like overly tingly the way that some mint shampoos and like body soaps and whatnot are. And I just felt like this stuff made my hair really clean, but it didn't strip it, it didn't dry it out, it kept it very like light and bouncy and happy, and I definitely enjoyed every minute of using these guys up. But alas, apparently this is the last time that I will get to enjoy the Super Kale. Then I finally finished my Neon & Co. Good Hair Conditioner. The shampoo was in my last Empties video. I always finish shampoo before I finish conditioner for whatever reason. It's probably because my hair is short now, so I don't really need to use a lot of it. I don't like to put conditioner like above the mid shaft of my hair because when it gets on my roots, then it starts to weigh things down and my scalp looks really greasy. But this was really nice. It's hydrating, but not too heavy. It smells like berries. It made my hair super soft. So I definitely would use Neon & Co. hair care products again. I think they're available now at Walmart, which is cool. They're an Australian brand, so for a while you could only get them online. But if I'm remembering correctly, I think they might now be carried at Walmart. And I know they're going to be at Pixi Live, so I definitely will be hitting up their booth while I'm there. And then we have a whole bunch of little mini styling sprays. I finished up this travel size can of the IGK First Class Charcoal Detox Dry Shampoo. This stuff is bomb. If you have super oily roots like myself, this is a heavy duty dry shampoo. It will soak up all of the oil, and it also smells incredible. I have been nothing short of impressed with everything I've tried so far from IGK. So I would 100% use this again. It's just expensive. This in the full size is $29, which is a lot to spend on a dry shampoo, especially because it's the kind of product you can go through fairly quickly. But IGK is carried at Ulta now, which is awesome. So I think the next time I do a big Ulta haul with my points, I may cash in on some IGK products because I love this. And their beach spray or beach club or whatever their texturizing spray is, that one is like hands down my all-time favorite texturizing spray ever. Speaking of texturizing spray, I also finished up this little can of the Drybar Triple Sec 3-in-1 spray. This one texturizes, amplifies, and refreshes. So it's kind of like a dry shampoo and texturizing spray hybrid. This stuff is great. It smells amazing. I love the scent of the like original line of Drybar products. They have like cardamom or something weird in the notes that you wouldn't expect, and that's what gives it like its signature scent. I'm really into it. And this is a great product for doing exactly what it says. It does soak up some excess oil. It does give your hair a lot of body and texture. It's a little bit gritty. So if you don't like the feeling of product in your hair, especially those sort of more gritty texturizing sprays, you might not like this. But if you have super fine straight hair like myself, this stuff will definitely give you a lot of volume and movement and make your hair a little bit easier to style. I also just finished this guy up this morning. This is the Ouai Texturizing Hairspray. This I also really liked, but it's also really expensive in the full size. So again, it would be definitely a splurge to go out and purchase this. But I'm really glad that I got a chance to try it because this is an amazing hairspray. It's super lightweight, so it's not going to give you a lot of hold. But if you just want to like tame some frizz, kind of lock your style in, but still make your hair very movable and soft, this is a great little hairspray. And it also, again, smells incredible. Finally, I have the Bumble and Bumble Surf Foam Spray. So this is interesting. This was sort of like a mousse. I don't even know how to describe it. It was sort of like one of those blowout mists that's like a liquid crossed with a mousse. You put it in your damp hair, you like massage it into your roots, and then you blow dry your hair. And this does make your hair gigantic. I would get so much volume whenever I use this. but it didn't make my roots greasy looking. It didn't make my hair sticky. It definitely gave it some texture, which I honestly can use most of the time. So I just found this to be like perfect for my hair. And it says right here on the bottle, it's part mousse, part salt spray. So it's lighter than a mousse and less gritty than a salt spray for big beachy texture with heat style polish. And that is 100% what I think this delivered. Again, Bumble and Bumble, kind of an expensive hair care line, but they are also carried at Sephora and Ulta now. And then there was skincare. I did really well in the last couple of months with finishing up some skincare products. So I was pretty proud of myself, I'm not gonna lie. And part of it is I just have so much skincare and I'm testing out so many things constantly that it takes a lot for me to actually finish something. I'll use a product for a month or two and then like rotate on to something else. So I usually will end up decluttering or giving things away if I don't think I'm gonna get back to using it again before it expires. But these things I actually finished for the most part, except for one thing. So the first is the Pixi Rose Cream Cleanser. I talked about this in my, I think like best and worst of Pixi Beauty video. If you guys haven't seen that yet, I will link it for you up here in the cards. I talked about a whole bunch of Pixi products that I tried. This was one of them, and I really did enjoy this. This is a really unique cleanser in that it says it's a cream cleanser, but it actually also has like kale and clay infused in it. So it does feel both hydrating and detoxing at the same time, which for someone like me with oily skin is really nice. Sometimes very creamy cleansers on my skin don't feel like they clean enough. They leave too much of a residue behind, but I didn't really have that with this. And at the same time, it was gentle and it didn't strip my skin because I don't like things that make my skin feel like super tight after I, dry my face off. That is definitely not good for your skin. So this was to me an excellent morning cleanser. I don't think it would be great for removing makeup. So if you were going to use this at bedtime, you would need to use it with another makeup remover. So like going in with an oil-based cleanser first or a cleansing balm or like taking everything off with micellar water. But on makeup-free skin or like in the mornings when you just want to remove your residual skincare from the night before, this was really nice. And then I also finished a travel size of the Bioderma Purifying Cleansing Foaming Gel. This was in my like travel toiletries bag. So it took me a little while to finish this because obviously I was only really using it when I was traveling. But this was a nice, again, very gentle cleanser. Not the best for makeup removal. I was kind of a little bit disappointed in it in that respect just because Bioderma is my favorite like makeup remover ever. They make the best micellar water. They are the OG. And no one else I feel like has done it quite as right as them. But this was just, again, a very gentle, lightly foaming gel cleanser. It wasn't anything that really wowed me, but it got the job done well enough. I don't think I would go out and repurchase this in the full size. I didn't mind using it, but I didn't fall in love with it. And then speaking of Bioderma, I finished up my little mini size of their original micellar water. This, again, was in my travel bag. And as I said, I absolutely love this. The one in the pink cap is the original and it is my favorite. This will take off all your makeup, including your eye makeup, without irritating your skin at all. Like literally no other micellar water I have used is as effective and as gentle as this. I also finished up my little travel size of the Farmacy Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm. I got this in my BoxyCharm maybe like a year ago now. I honestly don't even remember. But this was awesome. I really enjoyed this product a lot. It smells like lime popsicles. Again, if fragrance irritates you, you may want to steer clear of this. But I found this to be such an effective makeup remover. It really breaks everything down and it doesn't leave really like a lot of residue behind on your skin. I'm using a Leader's cleansing oil right now to try to use it up, and I have to double cleanse with that because it leaves so much of a film behind on my skin. This, I never felt like I had to double cleanse. A lot of times I would anyway, just because, but it really did feel like it rinsed pretty clean. The downside, this gives you cloudy eyes. If you're using it to remove your eye makeup, I do feel like sometimes a little bit of residual product can kind of like get in through your tear duct area, and then you kind of get like cloudy vision and it goes away. Like if you wipe your eyes with a towel, like it eventually is not an issue, but that is one thing about this that I noticed that did kind of bother me. And I have found a dupe for this, which I know several other people here on YouTube have mentioned. Physicians Formula has a cleansing balm. I think it's their Matcha cleansing balm. It doesn't smell like this, but the texture is nearly identical and it removes makeup pretty much the same way. I don't think I have as much of an issue with the eyes with that one, which actually may give it a little bit of a leg up. So would I use this guy again if somebody gave me another jar of it? 100% definitely, because I did really enjoy this a lot. But since I have the Physicians Formula one on hand right now, I'm definitely going to use up before I consider repurchasing anything. And honestly, if they're that similar, I probably would repurchase the Physicians Formula just to save myself the money. And then the last cleansing products I have are some makeup wipes. I do try to use my makeup eraser instead of using makeup wipes just because it's way more eco-friendly and also way more cost-effective. But these are nice for removing swatches or for when I'm traveling and don't want to bring the makeup eraser with me. And I did like both of these. The Vitamin C Brightening Micellar wipes are made with the same formula as the Vitamin C Micellar water you can get from Derma E, which I really like. It smells like Fruit Loops. It's absolutely delicious. It's not irritating, and it does a pretty good job of breaking down your makeup. So I did like these, but these are a little bit more expensive than the e.l.f. ones, and these are amazing. These may be my favorite makeup wipes that I've ever used, period, end of story. It's $4, first of all, for one of these packages if you order them from Ulta. I don't know if they're cheaper elsewhere, but I would assume it's probably about the same price no matter where you go. And these are just super effective and also gentle. I feel like there is a good saturation on each of the wipes. I can't stand it when wipes are just almost sort of dry. I feel like then you're just sort of smearing makeup around. It doesn't actually dissolve anything. These are saturated enough so that they're not sopping wet, but they do a good job of actually breaking down makeup. And I don't find that they irritate my skin at all. They're just very gentle and effective. And they're cheap. You do, however, get more in this package. There are 30 wipes of these and there are only 20 in here, so that may also make some of the price difference. Either way, if you were curious about either of these, I do think these are both good wipes. These may be my favorite ones that I've tried from Derma E specifically, and these are just bomb, especially if you can get them on sale. Stock up. They're great. So this one I was pretty proud of. I finished my Juice Beauty Stem Cellular Anti-Wrinkle Booster Serum. I don't often finish serums for the reason I mentioned previously, but I did in fact finish this guy. There ain't nothing left in here. I don't love the fact that you can't tell how much you have left in this packaging. It still feels heavy. It feels like there's product in here, but you can pump it for a century and nothing else is gonna come out. It's definitely done. So that is one thing that's annoying. The other thing that's annoying is this packaging is deceptively large. There's only an ounce of product in here, and this is a very, very big bottle. So it looks like it could hold maybe 4 ounces of product, but it's only one. I guarantee you the actual size of the internal compartment that the product is pumped out of is this big. So just be aware, this is deceptive in a lot of ways. Even though the packaging is great in that it is airtight and it doesn't let any light in, which helps to keep the integrity of the ingredients intact. It's definitely taking advantage of those psychological tactics to make you think that you are getting more than you actually are. Now, as far as the actual product inside goes, this is a pretty decent serum. I don't think I would repurchase this. I kind of went into my whole thoughts on this and why in a video I did maybe about a month ago, all about luxury beauty, which I will link for you guys up here in the cards in case you missed it. But I just felt like for an expensive serum, this did not deliver results on the level of some other expensive products I tried. This I felt like was nice. It's a gel-like texture. It's refreshing. It smells pretty good. It definitely didn't irritate my skin. It may have helped to reduce texture somewhat, but I don't feel like I noticed insane differences to the point where I feel like it's justified spending $80 on this. On the flip side, a product that maybe is worth the money. This guy is very, very good. I've talked about it a bunch, and I feel like, again, I do notice visible results when I'm using it, but it's next level expensive, is the Erno Laszlo White Marble Dual Phase Vitamin C Peel. So I finally finished this duo up. I was gifted a brand new set from the brand, which was amazing, so I don't need to go out and restock again for a very long time. But if the brand hadn't sent me a new set in PR, I honestly had been considering possibly picking up another one. It is $100 for this set, which is absolutely insane. I would never usually spend that much money on skincare. I have never spent that much money on a skincare product before, but this is one of my favorite exfoliating treatments I've ever used. It combines physical and chemical exfoliation, and it also has some really like nourishing ingredients, especially in the balm part that you put on first, and it leaves your skin like smooth as a baby's butt. It's honestly pretty incredible, and it's super luxurious as far as like the experience of using it goes. So this is one of those extra splurgy, treat yourself type of products. Can you get a good exfoliant for a third of the price of this? Definitely yes. But if you were looking for something extra bougie, you wanted to splurge, I do feel like this actually does work. And then this is not exactly an empty, but it's mostly empty, and it's old, and I have a new one, so I'm just going to throw this away. This is the Dr. Brandt Hydrobiotic Recovery Sleeping Mask, and I received a brand new one of these in my BoxyCharm recently, so that's why I am getting rid of this. And I actually like the packaging better of the BoxyCharm version because it came in a squeeze tube instead of this just open jar that you have to stick your fingers into. This is definitely way less hygienic, and also you're exposing the product constantly to light and air, which is not the best. But this is just like a really lightweight gel cream kind of product, and you just massage it into your skin at bedtime. You don't rinse this off. You sleep with it on, just kind of like a night cream, and then you can wash it off in the morning. It's very refreshing and watery feeling. It's not greasy or heavy at all, and it does have a pretty strong scent to it. I cannot for the life of me put my finger on what that scent is. I know I've smelled it in other skincare products before. It almost is a little bit like the way the soy face cleanser is from Fresh. I don't know. Anyway, I definitely do enjoy this product, and obviously I have a brand new one, so I am going to use that. What's cool about this is that it has probiotic technology in it, so it's supposed to help promote the growth of good bacteria on your skin that helps to fight acne, and it has properties to like reduce redness and inflammation. And I do notice when I use this, my skin generally does look a little less red and look more calm come morning. Hey guys, so I had to take a little minor break from filming for like, I don't know, 3 hours. My camera battery died, as it frequently seems to lately. So while it was recharging, I went and had lunch with my mom, then I had to stop by the theater, I had to go to the bank, and then before you know it, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon when I started filming at 11 a.m. So I think I finished up skincare. I'm pretty sure I covered everything that I wanted to show you guys. So let's move on to some bath and body stuff. So in a previous beauty report video, I think back in the springtime, I talked about this razor that I was sent from this company called Aveline. They like redesigned the entire structure of a razor handle to be more ergonomic and easy for women to shave their legs, because they basically talked about how like the way a razor is designed is really for like a man to shave his face, not for a woman to shave her legs. So now when we buy razors, we buy essentially just a pink version of a man's razor, even though that's not ideal for the purpose that we're using it for. So they like completely reinvented the wheel, and I actually love the razor. So now I have like a subscription to get the refill cartridges. So I went through a 4-pack of those. I'm sure I've gone through more in the past as well, but this was the one that I remembered to actually put in the empties bin. But not only does it give you like a really good shave, they're actually way more affordable than like the Venus razor cartridges that I used to buy. So a pack of 4 cartridges is $10 with shipping if you get a subscription. So you can either have them sent to you like every month or every other month or every 3 months. I think they give you a bunch of different options. I don't remember if I get mine monthly or every 2 months. I think I'm going to be doing every 2 months now going into fall and winter, because I'm going to be wearing pants and I'm definitely not shaving every day. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this little razor. Definitely enjoying using them. I'm very happy that I made the switch from my regular old Gillette razor. And then I also finally finished my Brooklyn Botany Blueberry Scrub. This took me a surprisingly long time to go through, and it's probably because I rotate through the like 6 or 7 different Brooklyn Botany scrubs that I have on a regular basis. And Brooklyn Botany is a brand, again, I've talked about a bunch here in the past, especially in my beauty report series, They make amazing body scrubs with all kinds of really good ingredients, no kind of weird fillers or artificial fluff. So they not only give you like a really good satisfying scrub, but they also hydrate the skin really well because every scrub of theirs is infused with a bunch of different oils. So really you don't even need to put like a moisturizer on after you get out of the shower after having used one of these. I mean, you can, but like your skin will feel really well moisturized just from leaving the shower. This one was one of my favorites because it's infused with actual blueberries and it legit smells like blueberry jam. It is so delicious. The only thing, my only word of caution to you is be careful if you're using one of these guys in the shower because it will make the floor of the shower slippery because of the oils and you do not want to fall and injure yourself. So just be warned. It's a little slick having used one of these, but it's an awesome scrub. It's an awesome company, and they're not like crazy expensive. So if you want to support indie, check these guys out. And then finally, I've got some makeup stuff. Now, I don't know if this technically counts as makeup. I guess it could also count as skincare, but whatever. I'm just gonna throw it into this category. But I've got a couple of lip balms that I finished up. So these two guys were two of the oldest lip balms I had in my collection, so I kind of tried to finish them up over the last couple of months. I have the Purlisse Daily Lip Nourisher with mango and shea butter and the Jouer Essential Lip Enhancer Lip Conditioning Treatment. Both of these are nice. I think I personally like the texture of the Jouer one a little bit better because it's thicker. This Purlisse lip treatment is very, very thin and kind of has more of like an oily texture to it, but it does a pretty good job of sealing in moisture into your lips. I didn't find that it like dried my lips out or anything like that. And you do get a decent amount in this little tube. Like it will last you a very, very long time. This guy on the other hand is a little bit more plush. It has a glossy finish to it. So it's one of those lip gloss balm type hybrid products. It has a slight rose scent to it. So if you don't like rose, you may not be into this. So in general, this does have a little bit of a luxe feel to it. It does look nice on the lips. It's easy to keep in your purse because it's a squeeze tube. But I think if I had to choose between this and like the new Laneige lip glowy balms, I think I like the fruity scent of those more than I like this. So that's kind of just like a personal preference thing. And then this guy was my purse lip balm for a while until I used the whole thing up. This is the Winky Luxe Matcha lip balm. And I have just like the teeniest, tiniest bit left in here. And this for a while I absolutely adored. It smells incredible. It smells like vanilla matcha-y goodness. It's really delicious. And the packaging is stupid cute. It looks like a little rose gold capsule pill. And the texture of this balm is really nice. It definitely feels more luxe than like a chapstick, but it's not quite as soft and melty as like the fresh sugar lip treatments. It's a little more solid than that. But obviously I liked it enough to use like the whole thing pretty much up. It felt really good on my lips, except when I got towards the end of using this, and I don't know if it was just that my lips became sensitive to an ingredient in here because it didn't do it at the start, but I started to notice when I applied this on my lips, when I got towards the end of using it, that my lips would burn a little bit. It was very odd. So I was kind of glad that this ended when it did because I didn't really find myself wanting to use it anymore because of the sensation that it was giving my lips. So I'm just putting that out there. I think that's kind of odd. I don't know if it's a particular ingredient that my lips used to not be sensitive to and then just from using this all the time it became sensitive. I don't know, because when I first got this, I had no irritation whatsoever. Then I finally decided to part ways with my Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. There is still product in here. There's actually like a decent amount of product still in here, but this is honestly like 3 years old, and I have so much setting powder right now that I kind of felt like it was a little silly for me to be ignoring all of my newer stuff just to try to finish this, because this is legit the never-ending powder. I swear to God I was using it pretty much every single day and I felt like I wasn't making a dent in it. It is a really nice setting powder, I would say, especially for someone with normal skin or maybe normal to combination skin. With my skin being oily, I like the matte version of this powder a lot better just because I think it controls shine for a longer period of time. But this does a nice job of blurring out the skin without looking too heavy or too cakey. Like, it's just an all-around solid setting powder. I think I got mine originally during one of the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, so I got it for 50% off, and I think at that kind of sale price, it's a steal. I have one brow product. I finished up my ColourPop Brow Boss pencil. This was awesome. I absolutely loved this. I had the shade Ash Brown and it was perfect for my brow color. It wasn't too warm, it wasn't too cool, it wasn't too dark, it wasn't too light. It was just perfection. The one thing about this that I cannot stand is the packaging. This end here with the spoolie, this piece like randomly will pop off sometimes. Like right now I'm pulling at it and it feels good, but then there would be other times where I would go to take the cap off and the entire spoolie would just pop right out of the middle packaging. So that isn't so great. I mean, this is a $5.50 brow pencil. I wasn't expecting the packaging to be like A++, and the product inside is fantastic. So I kind of just put up with it, and I honestly probably would repurchase this again in the future just because the shade is so awesome for me. But yeah, I hope ColourPop has fixed that or will fix that in the future because that kind of drove me a little bit crazy. And then I have a whole slew of eyeliners. Now, I did not exactly finish all of these, but they are all old AF, so I decided like it's time. I just need to get them out of my collection. So I have the black and the brown gel eyeliners from Esquito. I have 2 eyeliners from Marc Jacobs, and then I have the Tartist Double Take eyeliner in the shade Black. Now, I'm actually wearing the brown version of this guy right now. I repurchased it during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, and I really like it a lot. I think I like the gel pencil side on the black one a little bit better than the brown. I think it gives more pigmentation. So just in case you don't know the deal with this guy, there's an automatic gel twist up pencil on one side and then a felt tip eyeliner pen on the other. And this felt tip eyeliner is super nice for making a crisp wing. It's really easy to work with. It's pigmented well. So this is a product I've repurchased multiple times. I really, really do like this. And I just was curious to try the brown version. And I actually do really like it a lot. I feel like for making a wing, it's just a little less harsh than black, which I like with certain eye looks, like this one with the more fiery kind of warm tones for fall. I feel like the brown is a nice complement to that. And then the Esquito liners, I wasn't a huge fan of. These were all right, but they weren't glidey enough for me. I felt like they were a little bit too stiff, especially for automatic pencils. So these you don't need to sharpen, they twist up, and I just felt like they did not glide across the skin the way that I wanted them to. I had to press a little bit too hard, so they were uncomfortable, especially to use in the waterline, and I didn't feel like the lasting power was particularly phenomenal. So these are probably at this point now like way, way, way too old, and since I didn't love them, they're going. These, however, are amazing, and I've held on to them for way too long because they are amazing. The Marc Jacobs Highliner Matte Gel Eye Crayons are some of the best eyeliners out there, but they are very expensive. Each one of these, I think, retails for $24, which is a lot of money for an eyeliner. So the colors that I had were the shade Irony, which is an almost black, dark brown. It's just like, look at how crazy pigmented that is. And this is a really old eyeliner, and it's still going on so super creamy. And then this is the shade Earthquake, which is a warmer dark brown. Like, they're honestly almost identical on the eyes. This one is just a little more cool tone. This one's just a little bit more warm toned, but they're both beautiful, and I loved these as an alternative to black because they're still dark and add a lot of definition, but they're not quite as harsh. Honestly, there's a part of me that doesn't want to throw these away ever because they're just such good eyeliners, but like really, they say they have a 12-month like shelf life on them, and I'm pretty sure they're at least 2.5, almost 3 years old at this point. So I think it's probably time that I get rid of them. And you know, I would actually consider repurchasing one of these because the formula is so good. Either way, great eyeliners. I'm sad to part with them, but it is time. Then I've got 2 mascaras that are old, and it's time for me to say goodbye to them. The ColourPop BFF Volumizing Mascara and the Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara. The ColourPop one I feel like looks really nice right after you apply it to your lashes. It's one of those mascaras that adds volume, but it also separates and doesn't look too clumpy or too spidery. It's a little bit more natural, but not like, what was the point of putting mascara on natural? The bad thing about this mascara is that it flaked on me like crazy. I always had little flecks of black underneath my eyes after a couple of hours of wearing this. So I don't think I would repurchase this guy again, even though I like the way it initially looked. I don't have time for a mascara that smudges or flakes because there are so many other formulas out there that don't. And then this mascara, I actually ended up really liking. I thought this made my lashes look amazing, like super, super voluminous, very, very large, gave me lots of length. It didn't clump my lashes together particularly bad, and I found it to be pretty long lasting. I didn't deal with any kind of smudging or flaking, which I do feel like the Better Than Sex mascara does on me. So I 100% prefer this to the Better Than Sex formula. That being said, this mascara definitely requires a learning curve. So first of all, when I got this in the mail, because this was sent to me in PR from Too Faced, it said explicitly, like on the packaging and on all of the PR materials, that this is a mascara you don't need to, or you should not like pump the wand in, that the formula is like designed to be moussey, so you actually want to avoid getting air as much as possible into the tube. So you really want to just like take the wand out, apply it to your lashes, and not re-dip it back in until you've been going at it for a really long time. And I find this brush holds a lot of product, so I often don't need to re-dip in one application. Like usually I can cover both eyes with multiple coats without needing to go back into the tube. And it's funny because I know Emily Noel just reviewed this and she talked about how she got all this mascara like gooping out of her tube. I had never had that problem at all. I have never had any issues with the packaging, with any spillage, with it being messy, like zero problems in that respect. What is difficult about this mascara is the size of the wand. It is absolutely massive, so you need to kind of learn how to use it so you don't get mascara all over your eyelid or on your under eye. So this is how I do it, and what I found works really, really well. If you have one of these adjustable mirrors, you need to put it down in front of you, and instead of looking at yourself straight on, you need to turn it like this, so you're actually looking down at yourself into the mirror, and at that angle, the mascara wand actually is less likely to hit your lid. So when you're looking down and you're wiggling through at the root, you're able to like comb through the entire lash and not actually hit your eye, and it works really, really well. So that definitely took a little practice for me to get the hang of, but once I did, it was worth it for the results because I really, really liked the way this looked on my lashes. And I definitely still have quite a bit of product left in here, but I've had this now for probably about 4 months, and I can tell the formula is starting to change, like it's starting to get a little chunky on me, so I think it's time that I just, throw this away. But I would definitely use this mascara again in the future. I really like the way that it looked, and I really like the way that it held up in my lashes. And then finally, the very last empty that I have this season is a lash glue. And technically, I guess there is still a little bit of product left in here. I'm gonna bring this with me to Ipsy Live this weekend, but I feel like we're at the very end. I was trying to put glue on the lashes I'm wearing right now today, and I had a difficult time getting product on the brush, so I figured that's a pretty good sign. But this is the Esquido Companion Eyelash Glue, and this is the best eyelash glue I have ever used. So first of all, I really like the packaging in that, okay, it's beautiful. I love the rose gold, but also the design of this is really easy to use because you have a little brush tip applicator that you can just brush the lash glue onto the lash band. It is way less messy than one of those squeeze tubes. The only downside to this kind of packaging is that once the lash glue gets to a certain level, the brush can't dip quite far enough into it to get a lot of product onto the brush. So that's kind of where I'm at now. So even though there's definitely still product left in here, the brush can't really reach it. So at that point, it's kind of useless, which sucks. But up until that point, it was a phenomenal lash glue. It will hold so well. It never irritates my eyes really at all. It is a little difficult to remove at the end of the night. You kind of need to go in with a heavy duty, like oil-based makeup remover after you take the lashes off to really make sure you're removing every trace of glue left behind. But if my main concern is having my lashes last and not be flying all over the place after a couple of hours, like, I know this has my back. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed hearing all of these little mini reviews. If you did, I hope you will consider giving this video a thumbs up. I always really appreciate your feedback so much. And if you have also tried any of these products, I would love to know your thoughts on them. Be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think of these things. Are we on the same page? Did we have different experiences? It's always really super interesting to hear from you guys. And if you want to see more from me, I hope you will consider clicking that subscribe button before you go. That way my face will show up in your subscription feed the next time you're hanging out on YouTube. And And as I kind of sort of mentioned a few times offhandedly in this video, I'm gonna be at Ipsy Live this weekend in New York City, which I am so excited about. Oh my god, there's gonna be so many people there that I cannot wait to see. I feel like a kid on Christmas, honestly. Like, that is how excited I am for Ipsy Live. So if you're gonna be there, I'm gonna be at Creator Day on Friday, and I'm also gonna be at the event on Saturday. So if you see me, come say hello and give me a hug. I would be so excited to meet you. So yeah, I think that is about it from me today, but thank you guys so much again. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.